And let's just share a little bit about you first so that our participants can get to know you, what you do, where you are, just a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm currently in the UK, and I'm Polish born, so I'm European too, and I create multiple streams of passive income. So I love creating income that doesn't mean going out and working extra hours to make money. We're not exchanging time for money, but building businesses or investments. And I started helping others to do the same recently as well.
I love that. And you know what? I think I spoke with at least 2 or 3 people this weekend who want to do the same. So this is perfect. Showing everybody what's possible when you know how to do it. So Joanna, tell us a little bit about where you were at when we met and what inspired you to invest in yourself.
Okay, so when we met, I had just been in my own business for, I think, a couple of years. And it wasn't going so great. So I was earning about 1,500 to 2,000 pounds a month. And it was just kind of like push and just not very comfortable at all. It just never felt good. And that was something that happened after I quit my 6-figure salary job, which was obviously a big shock, because not only I started a new thing, a new venture, a new way of living, but my earnings actually drastically changed because of that. So I wasn't in a great place at all.
But you did it for a great cause. You did it for your children, so that you can see them, right?
Yes, yeah. So I was overstressed, overworked. I mean, the paycheck was great at the end of the month, but at what cost? I was never there present, fully present. I was there in my body, never in spirit or soul or anything else. I'm pretty sure they sucked out the soul out of me for that period of time. So yeah, I kind of never felt I was seeing my family.
I think any mother would do that. And so how long were you in the new ventures before we met? How long was it? Like 1 or 2 years, or how long?
Yeah, nearly, I think nearly a couple of years.
Okay, perfect. So what are your biggest wins, Joanna? So many. And I just want to say, Joanna has done all my programs, like literally. She did Thinking into Results, she did Inner Circle multiple times. She even did Lead the Field that we discontinued, and she also did my Millionaire Mastermind. So Joanna, what are your biggest wins?
So many of them. So I have time for my children and for my family. I pick them up and drop them off every day, and then basically from the time we wake up and until they go to school, we're kind of all present. And then from the moment they finish school until they go to sleep, I'm available. So that doesn't mean I'm always with them, because sometimes I do things for myself, or with my friends, or with my family, or with my husband. But that means I'm there and I'm present, like physically and mentally, which is great. I travel a lot more than I did before. So we're away a lot, or we kind of do little smaller things locally as well, which is great as well. I'm calmer. I kind of don't take things as I used to, not as hot-headed, which is a massive improvement. And I could talk about all these positives in terms of how I am as a person, and financially speaking, because I'm sure people who are watching this are like, yeah, but show me the money. I have gone from sort of about 1.5 to 2K to over 10K a month and counting, and that's kind of stable. And I've been making 40-50K months as well. So that's something that's happening as well. So it's not 10K and that's it, but
and 2 million in children's games.
And 2 million in the game of life today. It's literally called the game of life. Yeah.
So good. Love it. Joanna, tell us a little bit. I know travel is very important, and showing the world to your children is important. Do you want to share a little bit about this exciting travel that you sponsored for your family?
Yes. So if you mean the one last year, we went to Disneyland to celebrate my twins' 7th birthday. Brilliant. Which was fabulous. It was lovely. It was just nice to do it. I think I was more excited than them.
I
which
think
was
equal. I think equally.
yeah, which was great, you know. And I always like to tag on little bits and pieces. So if I go somewhere for business, say I went to Barcelona last year in May, and I took the kids away with me, and then we visited some friends in France and Switzerland, and it was just lovely. And we kind of just traveled across. I've just actually on the spur of the, you know, it was just the spur of the moment. I booked Mallorca, and we've been to Mallorca and then to Poland so we've just been away for a couple of weeks. We literally got back at midnight, sort of as it was hitting today. So I might look not very fresh because I'm still like traveling mode. But we,
that.
you know, we do these things. I'm like, kids, let's go. Let's do something. And yeah, and it's great.
And that is really a freedom, isn't it? Like, you know, a lot of people I hear, I want to be free. I want to be financially free. And I think everybody means different thing when they talk about financial freedom. But I think a lot of participants who we were talking to, they say, I don't just want to have a certain amount of money, but I also want to have time to enjoy my life with my family. And I think this is what you are living, like literally not just being able to pick up your kids from school and not overwork in corporate world, but you're able to literally just like that, book some tickets and luxury and comfort and just take them and show them the world.
Yeah. And you know, it's great because we weren't planning to be away that second week. We were planning to just possibly go to Poland for a week. And then I was like, actually, Mallorca, let's just go there. And then we went to Poland on top of that. So I had a client session off my mobile phone and, you know, just using what I had in the time I had, which was great. So it is true freedom, like you say, you know, doing what you want, when you want, with who you want. And then people compare it to an amount of money, but it's actually just visualizing what is it that really makes you happy and feel that feeling of freedom, because everyone's got a different idea. But yeah, I'm loving it.
So good. And so I know you said that you're going to share a lot of things that changed within you. I would love to hear some of them, because we know that part of you moving from that 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 to solid 10K plus months and even 40, 50K months in investments is becoming a different version of you. What would you say are like maybe a couple of biggest differences in who you've become as the new Joanna who performs miracles?
Well, as I said before, I'm calm, which is not like me. I was so hot-headed. If you ask any people close to me, they would think she's fire. She's, you know, not calm. But now I'm the calm fire, if that makes sense. So I'm still at the energetic me, but not not hot-headed. I don't react to things at all. I kind of take them and say, okay, great. Well, something happens. It's for me. It's for my benefit. And I put myself first, which was not the case before. You know, so that's really, really important, because there's a difference between selfish and not selfish. And actually, people think that thinking about yourself is selfish, but if you don't put yourself first, then everything else you're building is not going to be solid.
I just had a massage. That's why my hair is just all nice and greasy.
It's beautiful.
Thank you, Spanish. You know, I'm getting ready for my new home place.
I can see.
And the massage therapist was saying something very important. I think it's so common for women you just do not put your needs first, and you go and you want to give to your family, to your loved ones, to others. And unfortunately, you can't give much from the cup half empty. You've got to fill your cup first. And I think what you're doing is so, so, so important. I'm pretty sure it's there for men too, but women are guilty of that so much, putting themselves last and then getting depleted and then wanting to run away from their life for a month to get rest, right? But this is so, so important that you've done this, and you just created a beautiful life. I love this. You live your dream, like literally you live your dream, and it's getting better and better every day. So beautiful, Joanna. And the moment of decision making. So today we have Sunday and everybody's making decision about jumping into TIR or other programs or not. And what was happening for you when you were making that decision? Was there anything trying to pull you away from it? And if yes, how did you make the right decision regardless?
Yes. I was being pulled away by my own, little shoulder guy that talks in your ear. The thing that was stopping me, the only thing that was stopping me was the man of reason that said inside of me, this is going to be 4 or 5 times more than you're earning right now, so how are you going to afford it?
Yeah.
But I thought, well, if I'm going to keep doing what I've always done, I'm going to get the results I've always got. So something has to change, and I knew in my gut that that was the right decision, and that I had to believe that the money would somehow be, I would find the money, right?
Mhm.
And I did. So I made the decision on Friday, and I had the money by Monday. So
And look at the return on investment.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you say? Because I actually, again, I heard quite a few participants, I'm investing in a house, I'm investing in property. And what would you say about this type of investment and the value of it compared to other investments?
Well, the value is huge because you're investing in you, and you are so much more valuable than any properties, any businesses, anything else. There's only one of you. The chances of you being born was 1 in 44 million or billion, something like that. 1 second, because I've got an interrupter, I think.
This is an example of Joanna and her calmness of mind. We even had one success story where she had her twins like running around with toys behind her, and she was just like, no problem, delivering
Yes,
her.
so just getting
Delivering her.
results of the game.
Brilliant,
So
brilliant.
it looks like, it looks like I'm there. I mean, we're all
Brilliant.
millionaires from judging by what I've just seen written by my son. So there you go. So this is
So
great.
good.
So yeah, where was I?
You were in the value of investing in yourself
Yes,
versus value, because this is what you do every day. You invest in property, you
yes.
actually have other multiple streams of income. And like, what is the value of investing in yourself compared to the value of other investments?
It's huge. It's huge because you're gonna, whatever you have in yourself, no one's gonna ever take away, right?
Mhm.
Any investments can go well and pay you well, or they can teach you something. So that means they might not go as well financially, but they will teach you something for the future that will then in turn produce even more. But if you learn something, and if it's for you, then you will have it with you forever. So how
Yeah,
much, how can you put a value? There's no valuer in the world that would be able to do that. And I, as a rule, invest of the money, the pool that I have for investment, I put half in investments towards myself and my development, and
yeah,
half towards anything else that's financial development, kind of financial investments.
brilliant.
Because you, again, like, you cannot put the value on it, and
Mm.
like I said, the chances of a person being born and then to not invest in that gem of yourself, that's crazy.
Yeah. And I think also what's very important is we have to remember that the way your mind is programmed around money will give you the amount of return on investment that you have from whatever investment activities you do, which your situation is such a perfect example. Your mind, your paradigms around earning money were programmed for 10K per month in corporate world, overworking and not seeing your family. And when you went into investments, property investments, and a bit of coaching, your income was at the ceiling of 1.5 or 2K. And so when you invested in yourself, that went up to 10, 15, even 40, 50K
Yeah.
months. So that investment is just like, you cannot find a return like this in any investment that I know of. And I think a lot of people, I mean, this is very traditional way of investing. A lot of people invest, put the money in some property, but they forget that how their mind is programmed around investing, and the results of investing will be the outcome of that investment.
Yes.
So it's like
Yeah.
both have to go together. I just actually forgot to ask you, many people ask me, like, what are the examples of multiple streams of income? Can you share with us some of the different investments and different things that you do that bring you money, just so that people know the example?
Of course, yeah, of course. So I have property businesses. I have one in Poland and one in the UK. I have some drop shipping businesses. So I've got well, I've been known to be a middleman for windows and doors selling without me being involved in it or knowing anything about it. So by the way, if anyone's like, not for me because I don't know, you don't have to know anything. I've written and published a book. I've got online courses. I've got cash investments in multiple things, in precious jewelry, in stocks and shares, in cryptocurrency. Yes, a few other things as well.
A lot.
Yeah.
And now you're also teaching how to do
I am. Yeah. This is also something I do, but this is completely passion based, so it changes. So I would do something 2-3 months ago, and right now the offer I have is completely different because I just follow my gut. And this is great because I'm not stuck with like one thing that I'm doing, but actually I think this would be cool to do. So I'm not doing this anymore. I'm doing that now.
Beautiful. I love this. And as I said, you are just embodiment of freedom. Like even with what you do that you're passionate about, you can choose what you feel like doing. You don't have to do anything that you have to do, right?
Yeah.
I love that. So Joanna, I think one last question. There's a lot of people making decisions today. And I'm pretty sure they have their intuition telling them, yes, Eva can help me, and then a bunch of reasons, maybe even environment or circumstances taking them out. What would you say, what piece of advice could you give them to make the right decision?
If I was to just go out and and preach to people, I would say invest with Eva. This is a no-brainer because there's so many reasons, and I've just given so many of them. But if I was to say what you would say to them as well is listen to your heart, listen to your intuition. So it's there that you're gonna have, or here you're gonna have a sensation, and if it's sensation that yes, this is right for me, I should do this. This is like, oh my God, this is the light in the tunnel that I was waiting for, right? Then do it. Don't listen to the second thought that comes to mind because that's just the reason or ego or whatever you call it is trying to keep you safe. If you feel it's right for you, if you feel this will help you, don't make excuses for why you shouldn't do it because you're afraid. Just find a way to do it, and I promise you 100% the moment you make a decision, everything will materialize and everything will help you pay for it. You just got to make a decision.
Thank you. So guys, we hope that this inspired you, and many people look for the life of freedom. I hear from a lot of you, I want to live financially free. And many of you, what you mean by that is I want to have certain amount of money so that I can live the way I want. But you also want to gain your time back so that you can enjoy time with your families. You can enjoy time for your self-care, for travel. And if Joanna can do it, you can do it. But it's very difficult to do it when you don't have people like this surrounding you. If you don't have the mindset for it, to be that 20K per month investor or 50K per month investor, and you don't have people like Joanna surrounding you, supporting you with ideas and also with moving forward towards your goal. And this is what we are providing in Thinking into Results. So if this inspires you, make sure that you click the link and join us. And all you've got to do is show up, follow instructions, and then come on camera here and share your success story. That's how it works. So we hope that this inspired you. Let me just close this recording. Thank you, Joanna.
You're welcome.